Trail 4.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Thursday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, that storm hit Dolgeville pretty good last night.
Yeah, we had a lot of rain showers and storms rolling through the Herkimer County area. Almost hit a barrier through the county line. Almost none were in Oneida County aside from an isolated one out near Camden. But the behavior yesterday, those storms were interesting. Same story today, unfortunately. We got a few pop-up storms, but again, same locations. In fact, let's take a look at what's going on right now this morning. It's another, yet again, foggy start. And just want to emphasize that the weather we'll be seeing today is going to be very close to a carbon copy of yesterday. So those of you that saw showers and storms yesterday, those of you that saw fog yesterday, you have the highest chance of seeing it again today. Those of you that saw dry weather all day yesterday, you have a good chance of seeing dry weather all day today. It's the same setup, a trough moving through the north, which is causing these storms to fire up later on in the afternoon. In fact, a few isolated ones early. But you can see here, reduced visibility in Hamilton down to 1 mile. Temperatures in the 50s with a thunderstorm reported in Watertown. We actually see those showers and storms north of the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. They look to be weakening as they push into Lewis County and Hamilton County, but for now, again, we'll keep an eye on them. Today, heading out, keep those sunglasses handy, your t-shirt, but also grab that umbrella just in case, especially those of you in Herkimer County and eastern Otsego County. In fact, I think there'll be a slight westward push for some of these today, so just a heads up that in Herkimer, Otsego County, to keep that umbrella handy. But following today, we'll see a nice day tomorrow, plus some updates on that forecast for the weekend straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The roof of a multi-family home in Dolgeville was blown by storms. The strong winds and hail blew through the area yesterday around 3 in the afternoon, and the village of Dolgeville was hit particularly hard. Part of a roof of an apartment building on Elm Street blew off as the storm began. No one was injured, but about a dozen residents there are now displaced. Dolgeville Fire Chief Dave Jacque said about 20 trees came down throughout the village, and Dolge Ave, that is, was closed from East State Street to 2nd Street while crews removed debris and downed wires. Several National Grid crews are repairing the damage to the power lines. And the Rome Victim Recovery Fund will stop taking applications on August 23rd. Oneida County, the City of Rome, and the Community Foundation set up the fund following the tornado on July 16th. And as of today, 553 applications have been approved for more than $1.45 million. The money can be used for insurance deductible assistance, tree removal, relocation assistance, and other needs. The number to call for help is 315-798-5206. And reps from National Grid brought power to the people in Rome.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 5:11, getting you set to head out this morning on your Munson Commute Cast. And first off, a live look at downtown Utica. Dry conditions right now. No locations of patchy fog in the lowest elevations, but taking a look off camera right now, I can see that the southern valleys, pretty much all of them extending as far north as, say, Richfield Springs, are seeing some fog develop right now. Trying its best to form in the Mohawk Valley, but it's not really that thick. A traffic alert to pass along. I know I mentioned that we have a full list at WKTV.com, but this is something that is going to be happening next week. I'll let you guys know about. So North Genesee Street, those of you that travel on it know it's down to 1 lane northbound. However, by next week, road signs around that area are indicating that they're going to be closing the North Genesee Street ramp again, right around the 22nd or so. So again, it's this ramp right here when you turn off of 790 Route 5 and you go northbound. But you can still use the other off lane to North Genesee Street. Of course, there's a traffic light there. You can head both north or south from that area. But again, traffic alerts this morning, patchy fog. That's really about it. Maybe an isolated shower north. This afternoon, dry for the most part. Same locations yesterday with the highest chance of seeing those pop-up showers and storms. We'll talk about that in a lot more detail, of course, in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It's not just apples and cider.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. If you know the weather yesterday, you experienced either dry weather or a shower and storm. Expect a similar case today. Let's take a live look outside right now. It's a dry start at downtown Utica, but we'll see that rainfall activities start to pick up in some spots later today. But again, these showers and storms are isolated and not everyone will see one. Currently sitting at 57 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, calm winds with dew points in the mid-50s. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Quiet in the Mohawk Valley and south. Turning our attention, though, to parts of Jefferson County, Lewis County, even a section of Hamilton County right here, seeing a few pop-up showers and storms. But you can see the general trend is they're weakening as they continue southward. But enough to produce some rumbles of thunder and reports of thunderstorms up in Watertown. Well, with the fires still blazing in Canada, areas out in western U.S., but these ones primarily affected by Canada, we could see some wildfire haze in the sky today and into Friday. But by Friday evening, Friday night, that smoke whisks out to the west. But how will that impact air quality near the surface? Well, not too much. The thickest of that smoke will actually park itself west of our, or east of our area into the Hudson Valley and east into Vermont. So we're not going to be seeing the worst of the air quality. Again, this is nothing like what we saw last June, but there'll still be some minor impacts, slight impacts to air quality. The larger scale picture, low pressure is out to the east. This is dragging with it a trough, and you can see some of these showers and storms firing up along that line right there. And that's our only shot of seeing rain between now and eventually Saturday and Sunday. This is our weekend system right here, still out in the Midwest. It'll take a little bit to arrive. So for now, although we do have dry weather early today, with the chance of a thunderstorm later on, if you can hold off, I would hold off until Friday. Your best bet for doing some yard work outside. Then, of course, a bit unsettled with the clouds and on and off rain on Saturday. And so in our Skycast, patchy fog this morning, drying up, sunshine in the afternoon, isolated showers and storms possible this evening. Notice again, area that's most likely for it to happen, east of Utica. Then by Friday, pleasant day, climbing into the mid-80s with lots of sunshine, and then clouds will increase as we head into overnight. And then by Saturday, we have our first glimpse of the high-resolution data coming in. As you can see here, on and off showers and clouds, not looking to be steady rain all day long, but a rather unsettled day for the weekend. And so your 7-day forecast, sunshine Friday, weekend looking unsettled, and we'll see a cool down, slight cool down heading into the middle of next week with temperatures in the 70s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:23. Still ahead on Sunrise, a Utica man is headed to prison for dealing 24.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
August 15th, halfway to September already.
It's flying by. And one thing I want to mention, too, because I noticed it in the corner of my eye, our Cooperstown camera looking a little bit spooky.
Oh.
It's getting closer and closer to the
Fall
Halloween days. I want to take a look at it right now. It's still there. We've got a foggy start, and there's a spider on the camera there. We have a spooky start to the day in Cooperstown right now. My goodness, I did not expect to see a little spider clinging on there. It's a bit out of focus. I'll try my best later on to try to see if the camera will focus closer to the spider, but how about that for an early sign of fall? Don't worry about it. We still have plenty of summer left. It's a foggy start again. We're taking a look at those visibility conditions. 1 mile visibility in Hamilton right now. Reported fog as well. And then 57 in Rome. Current temperatures in the valley right around that as well. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're still keeping an eye on a few showers and storms north, which are weakening as they move into our area. But again, heading out today, keep those sunglasses with you. We'll look at plenty of sunshine, but also on top of that, keep that umbrella handy. Those of you that saw showers and storms yesterday, you could see them again today. Following today, though, we'll see sunshine tomorrow, plus some updates. That weekend forecast, of course, straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Several months after pleading guilty, a Utica man who dealt
Welcome back on this Thursday morning. It's a quiet start today. Again, some locations seeing fog, but we did see a completely dry day on Tuesday, and that's when the opening day was of the Herkimer County Fair, and Mark Minter decided to take a photo of the fireworks at the fair, and take a look at this right here. Beautiful shot, submitted, of course, of the fireworks and the glowing lights on either side. Again, today, maybe you'll run into a thunderstorm or two, but if you are planning on going to the Herkimer County Fair, tomorrow might be the best day to do it over the next 4 or so days. So again, if you have plans on going to the Herkimer County Fair, tomorrow looks to be your best bet. Well, the weather this morning looking dry. We're keeping a close eye on a few pop-up showers and storms north of our area. The latest information, as I can see right here, they're looking to weaken even more. No reports of thunder and lightning since, I would say, the past half hour or so. So Hamilton and Lewis County is the only location seeing them at this point. We'll, of course, dive deeper into those rainfall forecast numbers as we get into our full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It's taken a long time for the Rome YMCA to put shovels in the
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. This Thursday is starting out very similar to yesterday. Areas of fog in the southern valleys and dry weather in the Mohawk Valley. Let's take a live look at downtown Utica right now. We are seeing clear conditions at this point. Again, earlier on I showed Cooperstown, which is seeing some fog, Oneonta as well. And so, again, heading out this morning, a heads up that you could run into that, especially south of the valley. Currently sitting at 57 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, dew point of 56, so still a muggy start to your day. We're looking at noticeable but not too bad humidity, typical for this time of year as dew points climb into the low 60s. In a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, dry right now. Again, the showers and storms we were tracking north of our area are continuing to weaken. We do have one more rumble of thunder over Route 11 south of Watertown, but again, that system is departing. But you still could see an isolated shower as you head into northern Oneida County. Well, we are keeping an eye on wildfire smoke. This is from additional wildfires in Canada. And these will produce likely hazy skies over our area today and tomorrow. The good news is I don't think this will impact air quality too much. But this could still produce some minor slight impacts. We're not talking about previous June type conditions, but enough to where you might notice it, especially for those of you who have, say, asthma or other underlying conditions that might be triggered a lot easier with this. But zooming into the near surface smoke, not the smoke that's way up in the sky, notice the thickest of it is actually outside of our area, but again, we're not entirely clear of it for today and tomorrow. Larger scale picture, low pressure off of Nova Scotia, which is dragging in that trough right now. You can see some of those showers and storms firing up along that line right there. And we'll see dry conditions in place tomorrow, but our weather maker following that will be this weekend, and this is where those rain showers are right now, currently in the Midwest over Iowa and Minnesota. And so with that in mind, you could probably mow the lawn early today, but if you have the opportunity to, I would recommend holding off until Friday. We got beautiful weather, no rain expected. Rain, though, is expected on Saturday, so you have your best day, of course, to mow the lawn being tomorrow. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Our Skycast showing areas of fog this morning, drying up, sunshine moving in, and again, isolated showers and storms similar to yesterday. These look to be generally east of Utica, that's the highest chance of seeing those showers and storms again. That low pressure is still departing out to the east. Then we'll dry out tonight. Lows fall down into the 50s. Then a beautiful day tomorrow, although a little warm, but for mid-August, this is going to be a beautiful summertime day with temperatures in the mid-80s. Again, clouds will increase tomorrow night, and then we'll see a few scattered showers and storms for Saturday. The latest info did come in with it, and it's looking to be not a steady rain, but clouds with on and off rain. But regardless, it's going to be an unsettled weekend. Saturday and Sunday, scattered showers and thunderstorms. The overall trend is it does cool down as we head into the middle of next week. Gary?
Thanks. Now to some images you have to see to believe. The world's biggest...
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Thursday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And I know I was out playing in the Realtors tournament yesterday at Twin Ponds around 3 o'clock. Some very dark clouds came in. Lucky for us, no rain at all here.
They were very close. They were straddling that Otsego-Herkimer County line. Anywhere east of that line, there were showers and storms, but areas to the west, relatively dry, I think. But you could see them out in the distance, though. It's pretty interesting. This morning, it's another quiet start, although there's some patchy fog. The spider is gone, though, on the Cooperstown camera, so not nearly as spooky, but still. Very foggy start down in the southern valleys early today. It's been a very foggy week. Almost every morning we've woken up to some fog. Around the state, as you can see here, lowered visibility in the southern valleys, 2 miles reported visibility in Hamilton. In temperatures in the 50s, officially 58 in Rome, 54 in Hamilton. And a live look at the Earthful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Dry right now. Again, we're looking at those showers north of our area. They have since weakened, but there's still one thunderstorm rolling through eventually Adams in Jefferson County as it heads down into Oswego County. But that'll miss us for the most part. But besides that, even though it's going to be mainly dry today, keep those sunglasses and t-shirt handy. Also keep that umbrella handy too, because you could see an isolated shower or storm. Same story as yesterday, almost identical copy with that weather pattern setup. But following today, we'll have a nice day tomorrow, plus some updates to that weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The roof of a multifamily home in Dolgeville was blown off yesterday due to those storms. Strong winds and hail blew through the area yesterday around 3, and the village of Dolgeville was hit particularly hard. Now, part of a roof on an apartment building on Elm Street blew off as the storm began. No one was injured, but about a dozen residents there are now displaced. Dolgeville Fire Chief Dave Jaquay said about 20 trees came down throughout the village, and Dolge Ave was closed from East Street to East State Street, that is, to 2nd Street, while crews removed debris and downed wires. Several National Grid crews are repairing the damage to power lines. The Rome Victim Recovery Fund will stop taking applications on August 23rd. Oneida County, the City of Rome, and the Community Foundation all set up the fund following the tornado on July 16th. And as of today, 553 applications have been approved for more than $1.45 million. The money can be used for insurance deductible assistance, tree removal, relocation assistance, and other needs. Applicants are eligible to get up to $5,000. The number to call is 315-798-5206. And reps for National Grid brought power to the people in Rome on Wednesday, so to speak. National Grid reps were at Jervis Public Library to help customers review their accounts and explore bill management options. Dozens of people showed up with questions of all kinds. Some were actually able to walk away with slighter bills.
We've been able to have some really good conversations with customers who just had some questions, and others who we were able to find programs that fit their household and help lower their energy bills.
National Grid will be doing this again in late September up in Forestport. Well, signs are still bent, chunks of buildings are still missing, and dozens of
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are looking at what you can expect heading out the door this morning on your Munson Commute Cast. And first off, a live look at the arterial facing the eastern sky. Notice it's slightly hazy out there right now. We do have some hazy skies way up in the clouds from some Canadian wildfire smoke. Should slightly impact air quality, but not too much. But one thing we can tell you, there's some areas of patchy fog early today. On our traffic tracker, no incidents to report this morning, but I want to clarify, in fact, even add something that we have on our website right now, WKTV.com, all the latest traffic alerts regarding road construction. But as you can see here, construction on North Genesee Street northbound. Those of you that drive it know that it goes down to one lane, but by next week, they're planning on closing the North Genesee Street exit ramp to the north side. In fact, this specific one right here, meaning that if you do want to exit off that, you're going to have to use the south ramp, which of course goes to that brand new traffic light heading on to Genesee Street. So again, a heads up, this starts next week, roughly around the 22nd. But for now, we've got patchy fog, temperatures in the 50s, climbing into the upper 70s, near 80 this afternoon, with a chance of an isolated shower or storm. Gary?
Thanks. It's not just apples and cider.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. We are starting out with areas of patchy fog, but overall pretty dry as some spotty showers north are coming to an end. Let's take a live look at Oneonta right now, where we are, of course, seeing that foggy start. This has been a very, in fact, foggy week for a lot of locations here in the central New York area. But it's sunny out at Griffiths and Rome, temperature 58, a little muggy out, dew point of 56. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, although, as you can see here, there's lots of light green. This is not showing rain right now. Our actual area of focus is this single shower moving basically parallel, in fact, right along Route 11. Some folks probably are driving right down it and staying in that singular rain shower for most of the upstate New York area. But we'll dry out this morning, but we'll have another chance of a shower or storm later on today, primarily east of Utica. Our attention, though, continues with the wildfire smoke coming from Canada. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot of oranges and reds. Now, it does mean that there'll be plenty of smoke aloft, way up in the sky, causing hazy skies. That smoke will exit Friday evening into Saturday as low pressure arrives from the west. Now, how about near the surface? Well, the color is a bit less vibrant. We got a few locations of some denser patches of smoke out near Albany, but here locally, not impacting air quality too much. You might notice a smoky smell in the air, but that's really about it. I think that the most we'll see is a slight impact air quality. Again, nothing like what we saw last June. Larger scale picture, we have low pressure off of the Canadian coast near the Atlantic, and this is dragging in a trough. And as you can see here, a few showers and storms firing up along that line. That's really about it with rainfall chances for today. We have another area of dry conditions here locally, or at least heading into area locally tomorrow, and then our next rainmaker is out in the Midwest, and that's for Saturday. And so with that in mind, you can mow the lawn early today. If you have the opportunity to, I recommend holding off until tomorrow. You don't want to get caught in a downpour like some spots could see later on today. But regardless, Saturday, not so much. A few scattered showers and thunderstorms. And so in our skycast, you can see here plenty of sunshine, best chance for showers and storms east of Utica. We dry out with sunshine heading into Friday. Temperatures climbing into the 80s. Then clouds increase, and the update to the weekend forecast, clouds, on and off rain. Not looking to be a complete rainy day from sunrise to sunset, but it's going to be unsettled with showers and storms. Slightly cooler temperatures in the upper 70s, and it remains in the 70s as we head throughout the middle of next week. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Now to Ukraine's stunning incursion into Russia.
2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And our stormy summer continues. Some damage over in Dolgeville yesterday. Those pop-up storms definitely produced a lot of wind.
Yeah, a lot of wind, a lot of heavy rain, even some small hail as well was reported out in the Little Falls area too. Herkimer County, Otsego County. Not so much Oneida County. As expected, those showers and storms kind of stayed along that line, and we're tracking a similar setup today. Before we get to that, though, let's take a look at what's going on outside right now. First off, a look in Cooperstown, which is a very foggy start to the day today. It's also very foggy down in Oneonta. Pretty much most of the Southern Valley is reporting fog. In fact, Hamilton has a 1 mile visibility range right now. Same thing up in Saranac Lake, reports of 1 mile visibility. Current temperature 58 at Griffiths and Rome, 54 Hamilton, 59 down in Binghamton, and a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Although we're tracking plenty of green, this is just interference to the radar. The actual rain showers we're tracking is currently one singular shower moving south of Adams, heading into Oswego County. And so heading out the door today, t-shirt, sunglasses, the usual sorts for an August day, but again, keep that umbrella handy, as some folks in the area today, especially those that saw rain showers yesterday, have the highest chance of seeing a rain shower again this afternoon. Potential for a thunderstorm as well, so again, keep those umbrellas handy today. We won't need it tomorrow, though. We got plenty of sunshine, dry weather, but we have some updates on that weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Several months after pleading guilty.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. We are starting out with a look at the photo of the day today, and this one, what is submitted to us from the firework display at the Herkimer County Fair. Look at this shot right here, taken by Mark Minter. And with the fireworks set off on Tuesday nights, it was a beautiful night for it. Yesterday, a bit rainy in parts of Herkimer County. In fact, some spots unfortunately saw some damage as well as some hail. We're going to be seeing a similar story today with those pop-up showers and storms primarily east of Utica. So if you're planning on heading to the Herkimer County Fair, my opinion would be the best day to go would be tomorrow, with lots of sunshine and no rain expected. Unfortunately, those we had at the weekend, those rain chances do increase. If you want to spend a photo like that, you can, of course, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. The radar right now is quieting down. We were tracking an isolated shower in Hamilton, or Lewis County, I should say, heading out to Jefferson County and Oswego County. That's since tapering off. But we'll talk about what we can expect rain-wise for today. And again, heading into that in the weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It's taken a long time for the Rome YMCA to put
Meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. We are starting out quiet and dry here locally. However, there are some areas of patchy fog. Let's take a live look at Oneonta right now, where the fog is still a bit thick. Same thing in parts of, say, Cooperstown, Southern Valleys. Mohawk Valley, though, trying its best to produce some fog, but those clouds are not quite near the ground just yet. Current temperature of 58 degrees with sunshine at Griffiths and Rome. Dew point at 56, so still a little bit muggy out right now. And the humidity will rise a little bit today, but not too bad for August standards. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. It's looking a little bit busy with some light green here and there, but these are not rain showers. This is just interference. Our main focus is that one shower, which is continuing to weaken as it moves down Route 11 from Watertown through Ellisburg down to eventually Redfield. But with those rainfall chances diminishing this morning, they'll return again this afternoon. But something else I want to mention too is that the skies will appear a little bit hazy today. We got some wildfire smoke from Canada moving in from the north. Now, this is indicating lots of oranges and reds, which looks menacing, but again, we're not talking about anything quite like the historic air quality we saw last year, last June. Zooming into the the smoke near the surface, you can see quite the difference here. You might notice a slight smoky smell in the air, and those of you who are unusually sensitive, you might want to avoid spending too much time outside today and tomorrow. But again, this is not going to be a widespread concern regarding air quality. The thickness of it looks to appear to stay east of our area, again, both today and tomorrow. But back to those rainfall chances. This is all driven today by a trough extended from low pressure out to the east. And you can see those showers and storms firing up along that line. Dry heading into tomorrow. We got this window of quiet conditions, but then our next weather maker arrives in the weekend, and you can see that already out to the west. So with that in mind, if you have any plans of doing some yard work for the next few days, early today, or if you want to hold off, if you have the ability to, your best bet would be tomorrow with lots of sunshine, no rain. I would say no for Saturday. The MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Our Skycast this morning showing fog lifting, sunshine this afternoon. Again, isolated showers and storms primarily east of Utica. That's the same type of setup we saw yesterday that we could see today. Then by tonight, we quiet down and we got dry weather between tonight and tomorrow night. In fact, even into early Saturday morning, with lots of sunshine and typical July weather in the 80s with decent but not too high humidity. And so, heading into the weekend, that update to that weekend forecast, the latest high-resolution models came in. It's looking to be not a steady rain from sunrise to sunset. Clouds, on and off rain, but the moral of the story is it's going to be an unsettled weekend, Saturday and Sunday, with highs in the 70s. Gary?
We will keep our eye on that for sure. Eric, thanks. Now to some images you have to see to believe.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, Dolgeville got hit with some strong winds last night. A roof actually blown off, and this stormy summer continues.
Yeah, a lot of locations, especially in Herkimer County, seeing just so many rainstorms throughout the entire summertime. Yeah, you're right. And some locations seeing hail yesterday, but some other spots seeing nothing. You can see out in the distance those rain showers and storms, but no rain here mainly in Oneida County. Matter of fact, we're still not seeing any rain early today, but we're expecting some of a carbon copy today like what we saw yesterday. Foggy start in the southern valleys, dry start for most of the region, a north isolated shower and storm that is eventually diminishing. 9 miles of visibility in Rome, 1 mile of visibility in Hamilton, 0 mile visibility up in Saranac Lake. And temperatures across the region in the 50s, heading out to the western part of New York, we are climbing into the 60s. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are tracking some light green, as you can see here, but these are not rain showers. The rain shower is up here, eventually moving through Oswego County. It is still weakening once more. This actually produced some thunderstorms up in Watertown early this morning. But speaking of thunderstorms, keep that umbrella handy today just in case you get caught in one of them heading home from work today, especially east of Utica. But for most of us, we'll remain entirely dry with plenty of sunshine, great t-shirt weather today too as well. Nice weather tomorrow, but we have some updates regarding that weekend forecast. Talk about that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A roof of a multifamily home in Dolgeville was blown off during those storms yesterday. The strong winds and hail blew through around 3 in the afternoon, and the village of Dolgeville was hit particularly hard. Part of a roof on an apartment building on Elm Street blew off as the storm began. No one was injured, but about a dozen residents there are now displaced. Dolgeville Fire Chief Dave Jacquet said about 20 trees came down throughout the village, and Dolge Ave was closed from East State Street to 2nd Street while crews removed debris and downed wires. Several National Grid crews are repairing the damage to the power lines. The Rome Victim Recovery Fund will stop taking applications on August 23rd. Oneida County, the City of Rome, and the Community Foundation all got together and set up the fund following that devastating tornado on July 16th. And as of right now, 553 applications have been approved for a total of $1.45 million. The money can be used for insurance deductible assistance, tree removal, relocation assistance, and other needs. Now, the number to call if you are still looking for help, you do still have time to apply. That number is 798-5206. Representatives from National Grid brought power to the people in Rome on Wednesday, so to speak. National Grid reps were at Jervis Public Library to help customers review their accounts and explore bill management options. Dozens of people showed up with questions of all kinds, and some were actually able to walk away with slightly lighter bills.
We've been able to have some really good conversations with customers who just had some questions, and others who we were able to find programs that fit their household and help lower their energy bills.
National Grid will be doing this again in late September for the folks up in Forestport who also suffered damage this summer. Well, signs are still bent.
Never get caught on the course in bad weather. Get severe weather alerts right to your phone with the WKTV Storm Tracker weather app, the only weather app on your phone powered locally by the WKTV Storm Tracker 2 team. When you're on the go, stay in the know.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. We're starting out the day pretty quiet across the region, but there are locations with some patchy fog. Matter of fact, like a live look at Oneonta right now, where the fog is pretty thick from our camera atop Partwick College. Same story like yesterday with dry start, patchy fog, temperatures in the 50s, climbing to the upper 70s, low 80s by this afternoon. With a dry start, however, by the afternoon we could see an isolated shower or storm, primarily east of Utica. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. There's light green you can see here over Otsego, southern Atlantic counties. These are not rain showers, just some interference. The actual rain shower is tapering off in Oswego County early this morning. And over the past few hours, a few thunderstorms north continued to weaken. Aside from rainfall chances today, we're talking about the potential for hazy skies as wildfire smoke creeps in from Canada. Now notice here lots of bright yellows and oranges and reds. These are all smoky conditions aloft. Near the surface, a different story. You can see here some light blues, faint as well. We're talking about a faint signal of wildfire smoke near the surface today. You could smell it, or if you are those of you who are unusually sensitive to air quality conditions like this, you might want to live at time outside. But again, we're not talking about the major health risk like we saw last June. Radar and satellite showing a trough extending out into New York State today. You can see some of those showers and storms I mentioned forming along that line right there. Now, we got dry weather following this as we head into tomorrow, but our weather maker for the weekend is right here. Plenty of rain showers, but we're not talking about steady rain all day long. And so with our mowcast, again, dry start today if you want to mow the lawn, or better yet, hold off until tomorrow. We're looking at lots of sunshine and completely dry conditions. Mowcast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Our skycast today showing those clouds and patchy fog this morning, tapering off, sunshine in the afternoon. Isolated shower or storm possible in the evening. Those showers dry up, and we are tracking a completely dry day for your Friday. And so your 7-day forecast, again, Saturday and Sunday, clouds, on and off rain showers, a bit unsettled, a bit cool as well, with highs only in the upper 70s. And those 70-degree temps will continue into the middle of next week.
News with Gary Liberatore.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We have learned this noon that the Red Cross is assisting a total of 10 people after strong winds ripped the roof off of their apartment building in Dolgeville. It is our top story here on this Thursday afternoon. Now, it happened around 8 o'clock last night at this multi-family home on Elm Street in Dolgeville. Strong winds and hail blew through the area yesterday around 3, and the village of Dolgeville was particularly hit hard. No one was injured. Again, the Red Cross is providing financial assistance, which can be used for necessities such as shelter, food, and clothing to 3 households consisting of 6 adults and 4 children, ages 8, 11, 14, and 15. Dolgeville Fire Chief Dave Jaquay said about 20 trees came down throughout the village. Several National Grid crews are repairing the damage to the power lines, and to help, the Red Cross in turn help local people recover from disasters such as this. You can visit redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to donate. And meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now. And sadly, the Red Cross has been involved in many of these over the past couple of months. A very severe weather summer.
Yeah, very busy summer for all those involved. Thankfully, there are systems like that where they can help some of these folks in situations like this.
That's
and
for sure.
Yeah, today we're keeping a close eye on the radar. Same type of setup, slow-moving storms, sudden downpours, sudden hail, sudden wind. But we're still looking at isolated conditions, so not everyone will see these. Matter of fact, taking a look outside right now, it's actually pretty dry and a little hazy. Notice in that eastern sky, with that wildfire smoke from Canada, you can see those skies not looking bluebird blue, more so kind of white. And I'll talk a bit more about air quality and all that coming up in just a few moments. Current temperature 73 in Rome, 77 in Hamilton with plenty of sunshine, but again, dry right now. Zooming in, we can see that there was a few showers and even some rumbles of thunder. Matter of fact, I want to go back and recap the past 3 hours here, and so you can see these rain showers moving through the area. And some of these very quick, very brief, sudden downpour in Vienna, a sudden shower moving through Oneonta. So again, these are the systems we're talking about today with these rain showers rolling through. And we'll see temperatures climbing into the low 80s this afternoon with, again, chance of an isolated shower or storm. We'll dry out tonight, looking at dry weather tomorrow, but the weekend might look a bit rainy. We'll talk about that, of course, in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Brand new this noon, Verona Beach State Park's swimming area.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. Half of August has already just flown by. This month, this summer, is moving very fast. And just yesterday, yet again, some locations saw, unfortunately, more damaging wind, some hail, pop-up showers and storms. Same chances today compared to yesterday. In fact, we take a live look first, way up in the sky, out in space, live view of the satellite. You notice some of those clouds and storms out to the east. These are from that trough driven by low pressure out here in the northeast. But zooming in, you can kind of see a faint glow of that haze. And we can see that as we zoom into downtown Utica right now. The skies are not blue, they are milky, faded sun so far today. Currently 73, partly cloudy, now approaching the very humid category. Dew points in the mid-60s, not quite tropical levels, but still pretty high. And all this haze in the sky is due to wildfire smoke from Canada. It's dragging that down into the northeast, and you can see all this smoke here. However, this is mainly aloft. This is not all near the surface. You factor in the levels of this atmosphere, and you can see that most of this smoke is actually not near the ground. But you could smell a faint smoky smell of the air, or if those of you who are unusually sensitive to particular things in the atmosphere like this, you might want to limit time outdoors. But again, this is not something that's super impactful. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Again, we're dry for now. Still, we saw a few pop-up showers and storms, one that directly hit parts of Sylvan Beach in Vienna and in Oneonta. A brief downpour, light rain shower moved through there as well. And this is all driven by this trough extended from low pressure out to the east. However, we got dry weather following this evening, heading into Friday, and then we got another chance of rain as we approach the weekend. And so on our Skycast, 70s and sunshine, isolated shower and storms popping up here and there. Again, they're not organized, they're a bit hard to track, but the most likely locations will be east of Utica, aside, of course, from that straggler storm that was in Vienna earlier. Then by tonight, we dry out, lows falling down into the 50s, warming back up into the 70s, eventually 80s tomorrow. A typical mid-August day, beautiful summer-like weather. Humidity a bit more noticeable, but again, this is mid-August. Then clouds increase by Saturday, and we'll see on and off rain showers and clouds throughout Saturday afternoon. And so your 7-day forecast, sunshine Friday, weekend looking a bit unsettled, a little cooler though with temperatures in the upper 70s. And while I'm at it, again, the latest updates on Tropical Storm Ernesto, which is now Hurricane Ernesto, going to Category 1, Category 2, still shifting out to sea. This is still not expected to impact our area here in central New York, thankfully, but we'll still keep a close eye on it.
Yeah, I know Bermuda's looking at it pretty closely,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Eric, thanks. Well, Madison Bouckville Antique Week is going on now, and a great day out there so far, right?
Yeah, so far, 1 or 2 isolated showers, but most of central New York's been seeing this.
Yeah.
Lots of sunshine, warm temperatures, but a milky sky. You can notice that wildfire smoke way up in the atmosphere. And take a look outside right now, zooming in. Again, the look outside is a typical summertime day here in central New York, but again, sky is looking a little bit hazy. Temperatures in the 70s, 73 Rome, 77 Hamilton, already reaching the 80s out in Syracuse and in Rochester. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Most of the area is dry. Only 2 isolated downpours so far have occurred. One in Otsego County, one right along Sylvan Beach in Oneida County. And the next 12 hours favor mainly sunshine. Not everyone will see these pop-up storms today, if any. These will be sporadic and random in nature. And like yesterday, some folks who saw lots of thunderstorms, some folks saw none at all. Same case. Carbon copy of yesterday for today. Following this weather today, though, things quiet down tonight, and no one is expecting any rain showers for tomorrow, but that might change as we head into the weekend. We'll, of course, talk about that weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. NBC News has learned that there is an arrest in connection.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. It's a very nice August day out there right now with sunshine, faded clouds, mainly due to that wildfire smoking I'll talk about in a second. But zooming out from satellite feeds way up in the atmosphere, we can see the extent of a system called a trough from low pressure out here. You can see those clouds whisking out to the east, to the west, I should say. And as this system pushes south, it can fire up a shower or storm later on within the next few hours heading into this evening. But we also notice there's a little bit of haze right now. We got a fresh supply of Canadian air, which is keeping things quiet for the most part, but it's also dragging down that wildfire smoke, which are from fires burning out in north central, in fact, as far out as western Canada. And here's a look at it on our wildfire smoke forecast. We can see here the reds and yellows indicating the thickest of the smoke. Now, this looks menacing, but a lot of the smoke is way up in the sky. This is nothing like the June wildfire smoke we saw last year. But it's enough to cause those skies to look a little bit hazy. It'll actually exit our area heading into Friday. The real forecast is the near surface smoke, which is a lot less. Still a little thicker out towards Albany, but you might notice a slight smoky smell in the atmosphere. But besides that, we're not talking about anything major regarding wildfire smoke impacts. Potentially maybe tomorrow evening in areas out to the east, but we'll talk about that as the latest details come in later today and into tomorrow. Radar showing quiet conditions right now, but again, not everywhere was completely dry. A downpour moved through Vienna and Sylvan Beach, and another shower moved through Oneonta and parts of Otsego. So 2 isolated areas here locally. And again, this is all due to that trough extending out from low pressure in Canada. But we got dry weather temporarily and then rain showers arriving by the weekend. And so today, isolated shower or storm, same risks today compared to yesterday. They'll be slow moving, heavier downpours, maybe some stronger wind gusts or two. By tonight, we'll dry out, and Friday is looking absolutely fantastic. Very beautiful mid-August day. However, again, humidity might be slightly on the higher side. Clouds increase heading into Saturday. Cloudy skies turning to on and off rain showers throughout the day. So it's not going to be a steady rain all day long, but we're not talking about sunshine mixed with rain, more so just an unsettled day. So weekend forecast, upper 70s with on and off rain. Those 70s linger into the start of next week.
Going on
with Kristen Copeland.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight's weather very similar to yesterday. Downpours and thunderstorms, but not everyone will see them. Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis is tracking what's to come from the Weather Center. Bill, good evening.
Kristen, most of us had a pretty nice day. There was one spot that got caught in a downpour and just kept pouring for a good portion of the afternoon. We have a flash flood warning in effect. It's in a very small area. This is just east of, or I should say just west of Boonville, until 5:15, and I'm putting a loop on the radar to show you what happened earlier today. You had thunderstorms that just kind of sat in one spot. Those are all gone, and we're looking at pretty quiet weather across the area. But in that one spot, we had more than 1.5 inches to maybe as much as 2 inches of rain, and there could be some flooding issues in this area for about the next 15 minutes. That flash flood warning in effect. Current temperature 81 degrees, sunshine. It is slightly humid. The weather looks nice as we head into tonight, cooling off, comfortable. Tomorrow, we are tracking wildfire smoke from Canada that could impact our air quality. You might have seen some haze in the sky today. The culprit is wildfires to the north and that north wind carrying some of that smoke in. The weather over the weekend is looking unsettled. Mostly sunny skies this evening. Again, a very small chance of a pop-up shower or storm. The weather looks nice on Friday, but again, it turns active over the weekend. A look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
After almost a month eluding police.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening and welcome back. We're keeping an eye on the radar today. We've been noticing a couple of pop-up showers. They've been very isolated. Let me show you what's going on now. It's quiet. It wasn't the case earlier today. We had some locally heavy rainfall in northern Oneida County. This spot underneath a flash flood warning for the next minute. So if we're on this long enough, this might actually disappear. This is just to the west of Boonville. What happened here was we had locally heavy rain that took place. Doppler radar measurements of about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall in a very small area. So if you're driving east of Boonville, there could still be some puddles and ponding on the roadways, but conditions are going to improve as the weather dries out. This live look in downtown Utica. You notice the skies are not quite as blue today. They kind of have this like dull gray color. That's wildfire smoke that's worked in from Canada, and it is having a small impact on air quality. If you're really sensitive to this, you might notice it. This smoke is going to be sticking around over the next 24 hours. It's a lot thicker to the east. It's much more of a concern for New England, but if you're traveling towards Albany or into the Adirondacks, the smoke could be thick tomorrow afternoon, not like what we dealt with in June of 2023, but still enough to notice, even in the local area. The wind direction changes on Saturday into the southwest, and it should push the smoke to the north. As we look at local temperatures, a very summer-like day, very warm day. Temperatures in the low 80s, Westmoreland 82 degrees, Little Falls 82. Across Southern Valleys, Sherburne 82, Oneonta with 75. We have high pressure in control of our weather. That's going to give us lots of sunshine tomorrow, but as it moves to the east, A warm front approaching from the west gives us showers. That warm front's more of a humidity front. We'll see more humidity as we head into the weekend. Tonight, mostly clear, comfortable overnight lows in the upper 50s. It's a beautiful day tomorrow, lots of sunshine, temperatures climbing to the mid-80s. It's faded sunshine with the wildfire smoke. Increasing clouds tomorrow night. On Saturday, that weather system moves in. Again, showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder in the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the upper 70s. Ernesto is going to stay out in the Atlantic, not affecting our local weather, but it could make a run into eastern Canada out towards St. John's, the Prince Edward Islands. Tonight, mostly clear, low 59. Tomorrow, sunshine, beautiful day, 84. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers, thunderstorms over the weekend. It's hard to pick out which day looks wetter, but I would lean towards Sunday right now. Neither day looks to be great, but I hope that doesn't ruin your weekend plans.
Right. Oh, Bill, thank
Yeah.
you. Hundreds of thousands of people in Puerto Rico. Heavy rain there is now a hurricane, and it's picking up steam as it takes aim at Bermuda. Guad Venegas reports.
This morning, a power crisis across Puerto Rico in the aftermath of Ernesto. The powerful storm, which is now a hurricane, battering the island with winds up to 85 miles per hour, tearing roofs off of homes and leaving nearly 500,000 people in the dark. Luma Energy, the private company in charge of power distribution, pressed repeatedly for a timeline on restoration, but offering no estimate, only telling today.
I can't tell you how long it'll take to us. We do know in certain areas that the damage has been limited, so we should be able to move fast.
Ernesto brushing the island as a tropical storm Wednesday, but still dropping nearly a foot of rain. The downpours and flooded roads sweeping away cars and leading to rescues. The Comerio Dam overflowing as officials say at least 3 major rivers burst their banks, forcing some evacuations in the town of Toa Baja. The storm also barreled through the Virgin Islands, leaving thousands on the U.S. side in the dark.
We want to turn on the power, but we don't know where lines are down, so we can't just turn on the power willy-nilly. We got to make sure we don't electrify anybody.
This morning, Hurricane Ernesto is strengthening over the Atlantic, with Bermuda expected to begin feeling its effects as early as Friday, as officials warn those in its path.
This is not the time to underestimate the power of nature.
Coming up, an update on 2 astronauts, meteorologist Bill Curtis.
So we're thinking about ice cream on this nice and warm day. If you are going out to grab an ice cream, you don't have to rush it through. It will melt a little bit, but you can take your time. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s this evening, very comfortable outside. Good weather for the Herkimer County Fair, which continues this week. Tomorrow's high temperature 80 to 85, mostly sunny. We're looking at dry conditions throughout the entire area. No chance of any storms tomorrow. We get a break from that. Here's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, it is looking dry. We did have a few thunderstorms, an isolated storm that produced some locally heavy rain across northern Oneida County, but things are looking pretty quiet for now. If you're taking the dog out for a walk today, this evening the weather looks a lot more comfortable. Temperatures will be in the 70s. Tonight's featured dog, Trixie from Cayuta Lake, having a good time. That's brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking some thunderstorms for the weekend. A look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Happening tonight in New Hartford, a community
Summer, never get caught on the course in bad weather. Get severe weather alerts right to your phone with the WKTV Storm Tracker weather app, the only weather app on your phone powered locally by the WKTV Storm Tracker 2 team. When you're on the go, stay in the know.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track pretty quiet weather this evening as we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We had a couple of isolated showers and even some locally heavy rain in the Boonville area. But for the most part, things have been pretty quiet. The thunderstorms that did pop up today have been much more numerous towards Albany. In fact, severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for this is Washington County up towards just to the east of Saratoga Springs. And again, a couple of showers out towards Albany, but those are going to stay away from us. We're going to be seeing some dry weather. 78 degrees in Cooperstown. It is a very pleasant day, but you might notice some what looks like humidity in the air. That's actually haze from wildfire smoke from Canada, and we've been seeing that across the area as well. In fact, it's making the sky look a little bit less blue today as we look in downtown Utica. That wildfire smoke is going to be thicker to our east, but we will still feel the impacts locally. Could lead to a beautiful sunset as we head into this evening. The sunset nowadays is just before, or I should say just after 8 o'clock, a few minutes after 8 o'clock. And again, looking at a nice sunset. The smoke stays generally to the east tomorrow, and it should start to lift to the north with a wind direction change. But again, for those of you that are very sensitive to this, you might notice a drop in the air quality over the next 24 hours. Skywatchers checking in. Our neighbors taking the temperature. This is Bob and Clinton with 79 degrees. Mike in New Hartford with 80. Helen in Cassville 76. Sandy in Fairfield 81. Jeff in Mohawk with 79. Mark in Milford 76, and Harry in Otsego with 80 degrees. We've got high pressure that's going to build in, and it's going to help keep the weather dry tomorrow. But this warm front to the west, that'll be our next chance of rain as we head into the weekend. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, clear skies tonight, overnight lows in the 50s, pretty comfortable night. Beautiful day tomorrow. Hazy sunshine, again, some wildfire smoke in the air, but not all that thick. Temperatures will climb into the low 80s. Tomorrow night, clouds thicken up. We're expecting some rain to develop as we head into Saturday. It does look pretty wet. Showers, a few thunderstorms are possible with high temperatures in the 70s. Ernesto, a Category 1 hurricane. The steering currents, the jet stream will keep it out to sea, and it's not expected to cause any issues with our local weather. This does make a run towards the Prince Edward Islands as we head into Tuesday. Mostly clear tonight, low of 59. Tomorrow, faded sunshine, 84. A beautiful day. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers, thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday. Both days look pretty wet. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Very humid, too. Showers Monday, 74. A cool weather pattern. Temperatures in the low 70s. Overnight lows in the upper 40s to low 50s heading into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll be right back.
We're supposed to have sunshine to close the week tomorrow, but wildfire smoke is pushing in. Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis is tracking that from the Weather Center and how tonight looks.
Yeah, if you've noticed a haze in the sky, and it's more than humidity, it's wildfire smoke. Yes, it's back. We've got a north wind that's carrying it into central New York, and there is a lot of wildfire smoke to the north. So I think this is going to be sticking around for about the next 24 hours. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Good news is the storms that we did see today have fallen apart. They had some very heavy rainfall in the Boonville area earlier today from an isolated series of storms, but those have since diminished, and we are looking at a faded, sunny 78 degrees. Again, the dew point not too high, it's 60. The dew point will be climbing. It'll turn more humid as we head throughout the weekend, especially into the weekend. Again, a comfortable night ahead. Wildfire smoke starts to impact our air quality tomorrow. Not by a lot. This is not going to be like that June 2023 event. But again, we are expecting some hazy skies here. Wet weather returns as we head into the weekend with showers and thunderstorms both Saturday and Sunday. This evening, temperatures in the 70s, pleasant, faded sunshine. Should lead to a nice sunset, too. Now we've got a look at how the weekend is going to unfold, and it's coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Bill, thank you. After almost a month eluding.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We are tracking a beautiful evening here in central New York. You might have noticed a change in the air. Some wildfire smoke has arrived, but in terms of any wet weather, it is looking pretty quiet. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Keeping an eye to the east, I'm seeing a couple of thunderstorms. In fact, some severe storms just to the east of Saratoga Springs. Those are going to stay away from us. Our weather is expected to be dry as we head into this evening, tonight, and tomorrow. In a live look at Cooperstown, 78 degrees. Notice some haze in the sky. The sky not quite as blue as it would normally be, and that has to do with wildfire smoke from Canada. The northwest wind is carrying it here. It's not having a dramatic impact on air quality, but if you are sensitive to this, you will notice a change in the air, and that's going to be the case tonight and tomorrow. Again, smoke looks to be more of a concern, or at least thicker to the east of us into New England, heading into tomorrow afternoon. And then as we head into Friday night, Saturday, the winds turn into the southwest, and it's going to help push the smoke out of our area. Wildfire smoke leads to faded sunshine, beautiful sunrises and sunsets, and we could have a really gorgeous sunset tonight because of that. But again, if you suffer from air quality issues, this is something to keep in mind. Our temperatures across the area: Micah, New Hartford 80 degrees, Barneveld 79, Curtis Corners 77, Eric and Inlet with 76, Carroll and Worcester checking in with 80 degrees. As we look at the radar and satellite image, again, a couple of isolated storms fired up today, specifically one in northern Oneida County, this one right here, producing some locally heavy rain and a flash flood warning, which is not in effect anymore. But again, some heavy rainfall in a small area today. High pressure takes over. We're drying out. But as we look to the west, our next weather system will be approaching for the weekend. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast: clear skies tonight, overnight lows in the upper 50s. Beautiful day tomorrow, faded sunshine, temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Clouds start to thicken up tomorrow night as a warm front approaches. This is more of a change in humidity. This will bring some showers and a few thunderstorms to our area as we head into Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Ernesto, a Category 1 storm, looks to stay off the East Coast as we head into the weekend. Mostly clear tonight, low of 59. Tomorrow, sunshine, beautiful day, 84 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers and thunderstorms expected over the weekend. Temperatures in the upper 70s. And get ready or not, it does look like we're going to get a little taste of fall. Temperatures in the 70s, overnight lows in the upper 40s heading into next week.
Yeah, and the weekend, of course, has to be rain.
I know.
Of course. I mean, I know it's your weekend, too,
Yeah.
so you're not doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Bill, thank you. Still to come here on News Channel 2 at 6. Here from
First look at the forecast, and a really nice day out there. Some humidity yesterday, and some really touchy weather, especially up in Dolgeville and up Cuyahoga Valley and up that way.
Yeah.
And then some heavier stuff up in the North Coast. So a little mixed bag of everything going on.
Some places getting some issues with these storms, a lot of us not.
Yeah, right.
And so we're going to just continue to keep an eye on things. Everybody's seeing wildfire smoke tonight.
Yeah.
Take a look at this picture from Dennis Baldwin. This is a phenomenal shot. It's making the skies look a little bit less blue, more of a gray haze in the sky, and a really lovely sunset. This picture from Dennis Baldwin in Waterville earlier today. With a couple of isolated storms earlier this afternoon, things are looking quiet for now. We're not going to be dealing with this tomorrow. We've got high pressure in control of our weather. And again, things look quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's cooling off. We're at 63 degrees. A little bit of humidity in the air, not too much. That's going to allow for overnight lows to drop into the 50s. So a comfortable night ahead. We're watching wildfire smoke, again, impacting our air quality in a small way. It's not going to be like what we saw in June of 2023, but it also could have an impact for those of you that are really sensitive to this. The weather looks wet as we head into the weekend. Sleeping forecast, again, pretty comfortable out there. Overnight lows in the upper 50s. We're tracking some wet weather as we head into the weekend. Look at the forecast coming up. Steve, back to you.
All right, Bill, thanks. A study of flooding on the Oriskany Creek is complete, and findings were released earlier this afternoon. Now, the Oriskany Creek Watershed Commission ordered the study of sediment and debris management. A company called Ramble did it. Now, here are some of the recommendations which they shared at the village offices in Waterville earlier today.
There's recommendations about some structures that could be removed from the watershed that increase the risk of flooding. There's some recommendations on right-sizing structures, making them larger so that they can convey more water.
The plan is for the commission to now choose some of the study recommendations to seek funding for and then implement. The New York State Thruway Authority said
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We're taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet across the area. We've been seeing some haze in the sky. This is from wildfire smoke. It's led to a really nice sunset. The air quality not too noticeably different, but it will have an impact on air quality tomorrow. Current temperature 67 degrees in downtown Utica. Again, that smoke has been mainly to our east, but it may try to mix into the surface as we head into Friday. We'll continue to see hazy skies, faded sunshine, beautiful sunrise, beautiful sunset. This does have a very minor impact on air quality, so if you are someone that's very sensitive to changes in air quality tomorrow, you might notice this. But again, this is not looking to be like what we dealt with in June of 2023. Our rainfall outlook, well, we're looking at generally dry weather tomorrow. We won't be dealing with any storms, any wind damage, or any localized flooding like we've seen over the past 2 days. But Saturday and Sunday, we do have widespread showers and thunderstorms. We're going to be tracking from an area of low pressure that approaches from the west. And we can see the changes ahead. We've got high pressure in control for now, but this area of rain out towards Michigan is the leading edge of a warm front. It's more of a humidity front. It's going to bring in more humid air as we head into the start of the weekend. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Clear skies, comfortable for sleeping. Overnight lows in the upper 50s. Friday, faded sunshine. It is dry and sunny throughout the day. Temperatures climbing to the mid-80s. Tomorrow night, increasing clouds. On Saturday, that warm front arrives and it produces some showers in the morning. Some scattered thunderstorms are possible as we head into the afternoon. And it does look a little bit cooler with high temperatures in the upper 70s. Hurricane Ernesto is expected to become a Category 2 storm as we head into the next 24 hours. The track for the National Hurricane Center continues to keep it out to sea. It may try to make landfall near the Prince Edward Islands and out towards, but just east of Nova Scotia as we head into Tuesday. Forecast for tonight, mostly clear, a low of 59. Tomorrow, sunshine, temperatures in the mid-80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Tracking some showers and thunderstorms as we get into Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Showers Monday, 74. It is cooler next week. A little bit fall-like, at least early fall-like, with temperatures in the low 70s and overnight lows in the upper 40s to near 50 with sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll be right back.
Switch gears and take a first look at the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis joins us. And wild sunset tonight because of those wildfires. Fill us in what's going on with that.
Yeah, we've got wildfires coming in from Canada. The winds are carrying the smoke. With the fires started in northern Canada, and the jet stream's kind of carrying the smoke in, and it's creating this really cool sunset effect. Take a look at this picture. This is from Dennis Baldwin in Waterville. The sun looking very hazy, very colorful, and again, it's due to the smoke that's in the sky. We should see a really nice a colorful moon tonight, which is going to be turning full early next week, and also a colorful sunrise and sunset as we head into tomorrow. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. We had a couple of issues today, especially across northern Oneida County. Some heavy rain localized to areas near Boonville. But other than that, the weather looks pretty quiet. We're not going to be dealing with that tomorrow. We're expecting dry weather. 62 degrees. It's clear. It's comfortable. The dew point 58. Not too humid out there. Our weather headlines tracking a comfortable night ahead. Wildfire smoke continues through tomorrow. Some wet weather is expected as we head into the weekend. Comfortable tonight, overnight lows in the upper 50s. We're tracking how the weekend plays out weather-wise, and that's coming up. Steve, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Bill. A study of flooding on the Oriskany Creek is complete, and findings were released late this afternoon. The Oriskany Creek Watershed Commission ordered the study of sediment and debris management. A company called Ramble did it, and here are some of the recommendations which they shared at the Waterville Village offices earlier today.
There's recommendations about some structures that could be removed from the watershed that increase the risk of flooding. There's some recommendations on right-sizing structures, making them larger so that they can convey more water.
The plan is for the commission to now choose some of the study recommendations to seek funding for and then implement. The New York State.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. While it's pretty quiet out there, we are seeing a light haze Temperature of 64 degrees in downtown Utica. This is being caused by wildfire smoke. So here's the track of the smoke over the next 24 hours. It's expected to be thickest to the east of our area. So eastern New York, the Adirondacks, especially New England. These areas are under air quality alerts. In our local area, that's not the case. However, we might be seeing, or we expect to see, a drop in air quality over the next 24 hours. Some of this smoke will mix down to the surface. A lot of what we've saw today was not at the surface, it was above the surface, but the weather patterns favor more mixing tomorrow. So again, this could have an impact in air quality. The good news is with a southwest wind, that should carry smoke out of our area beginning Saturday, and the weather patterns favor the smoke to thin out as we head into the weekend. Beyond that, we just take things one day at a time, since a lot of this is being driven by very specific fires that are constantly changing in size and location well to our north. Rainfall outlook tomorrow, it's looking dry. We're not going to be dealing with any pop-up thunderstorms. On Saturday, widespread showers and storms. Same thing for Sunday, so the weekend does look wet both days. On Monday, some scattered thunderstorms are expected. So look at the radar and satellite image. Again, pretty quiet conditions across our area. This evening, we've got an area of high pressure in control of our weather. To the west, a warm front is expected to arrive. That produces some showers as we head into the weekend. Storm Tracker 2 skycast mostly clear tonight. Overnight lows in the upper 50s. Beautiful day tomorrow. Some faded sunshine. We're dry. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Tomorrow night, increasing clouds. Showers are expected on Saturday as that warm front arrives. I think we're going to have a few rounds throughout the day. Temperatures in the 70s. Hurricane Ernesto, 100-mile-an-hour winds expected to stay off the eastern seaboard. Could potentially affect Newfoundland heading into Monday night as well as Tuesday. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 59. Tomorrow, sunshine, faded sunshine. Very nice day. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers, thunderstorms expected over the weekend. High temperatures in the upper 70s. Monday, showers 74. It's cooler as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with highs in the low 70s. We'll be right back.